Hello, Victoria Ward here, coach and therapist for entrepreneurs and business owners. Now, I have a question for you today, and the question is, what are you really willing to do right now that is going to improve your life over time? At the beginning of the year, we are bombarded with new health trends and wellness regimes, and it can all kind of get overwhelming. And there's a lot of talk around at the moment as well about creating habits, about habits being the key to success. And I am totally on board with that. And in this video, I'm going to give you some steps that you can follow and some of the research about habit forming that's going to help you to stick to your new habits that are going to be healthier for you physically and psychologically. So I'm going to start with what a habit is. And that is, a habit is essentially a behavior that is programmed into your subconscious that you don't consciously have to think about anymore. And you have a lot of habits, good habits, bad habits, habits that you don't even think about as habits anymore. From the moment that you wake up, perhaps you even have a habit of reaching for your phone when you wake up, or you start to mentally plan your day ahead, or you get up and you stumble to the toilet. It's the unconscious behavior that you have acquired through time, repetition over time. And the habits that you have that you don't want to have, the ones that you try to escape from when you set your New Year's resolutions, those are also programmed deep into your subconscious. And that is why it's so hard to drop them, because your subconscious mind doesn't want you to drop them. The resistance that you feel maybe on day 3 of a new diet or of going to the gym is because you are trying to go against something that your subconscious believes is important for you to keep doing. It's programmed into you. And the way to change that is to create new programs by making new habits. But how do we do that? So step 1 is to keep it simple. To build a healthy behaviour into your lifestyle until they become second nature is only going to work for you if you do something and if you do it in a way that is sustainable for you. So you need to choose things that are going to provide some sense of enjoyment beyond just the achievement that you're aiming for. And one way to make a habit become more likely to stick is if you build up to it in steps. So start with something really small, start with something that still feels like it's within your comfort zone. So maybe setting your alarm just 10 minutes earlier at first, or leaving your phone out of the bedroom so you have to at least get out of bed. I mean, if you want to start a meditation practice, is getting up at 5 in the morning every morning for an hour really achievable for you if you've never even done it? So instead, maybe just start with 2 minutes and do it while you're still sitting in bed if you need to. This is about being realistic. This is what the key to success is, doing something that seems like it maybe even just be so insignificant that from there you can build upon a solid foundation of small habits that are going to survive the inevitable dips in motivation when your subconscious fights against it, which is what it's going to do. It's what it's designed to do. It likes to stick to what it knows is safe and to avoid the unknown, which is change. And also, you're going to feel more confident in being able to progress from there, and it's going to help you to avoid the failure, which can be discouraging. So like I say, pick a new behaviour that is so small that you can stick to it consistently for a month or so. And then when you're ready, you can gradually push the habit to the point where you feel a little bit more challenged, increasing the length of time that you do it for, or increasing the difficulty. But stepping it up a notch that isn't too far out of your comfort zone, but definitely stretches you. And I know that, well, you know that if you push yourself too far too soon, then your subconscious is going to resist it, it will rally against it, and you're going to hear all that negative chatter in your head about why you can press the snooze button on the alarm, or eat the extra portion, or take the underground instead of walking like you'd wanted to. And you really want to be aware also of that sneaky subconscious and the way that it has to try to convince you to go back to the old ways that it's comfortable with, and make a conscious choice not to listen to it. Being aware that that is going to happen, and it will happen, and knowing that you don't have to be a slave to the thoughts in your head. And that means that you're going to be able to make a choice and overcome the resistance instead. Consciously reaffirm your decision, state it out loud, tell others about it, make it a conscious choice rather than an unconscious following of a pattern of behaviour. So step 2 is to make a plan. State specifically when and where you're going to do your chosen action. You need to be really consistent with this, and you need to choose a time and a place that you encounter every day of the week so that you can make this really happen. The old advice used to be to change things up a bit, to incorporate variation, to stave off boredom, but actually that's not what the subconscious needs. The subconscious needs you to be repeated, these behaviours to be repeated in a consistent manner and in a consistent context. You might find it helpful if you record some kind of journal or keep some kind of record, a daily tick sheet, something that you can use until your new habit becomes automatic. And I'm going to add something like that to below. You'll find a link in the comments to something that you can download. So step 3, that's to just do it, which sounds simple, and it is. Do it consistently, do it according to your plan, according to your stated time and place. This is the bit that's going to get easier over time, so that within 10 weeks or so you should find that you're doing it automatically. Now, you've probably heard the old advice, the old statement that used to say that you need to do something for 21 days to create a new habit, but that is honestly a myth that seemed to come from a study about how quickly people who had plastic surgery became used to their new appearance. But more relevant, more recent research suggests that an average of 66 days of a daily performance of habit is what's going to make it automatic. Now, this doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to notice the difference quickly. This isn't a quick process. We're talking about reprogramming your subconscious that may have been following particularly patterns for many, many years, since childhood even, but if you do it consistently, it's going to happen. So my final step is to acknowledge your progress, to celebrate it, to notice the changes, to say it aloud, make it real. We have a tendency to minimise our achievements, especially if we're only making very small steps and changes in the right direction at first, but all progress is positive. So if there's a habit that you want to form, think about what will happen if you did it every day for a couple of months. Think about what you are really willing to do right now that is going to improve your life over time. Think long term, this is the way to go. Make small changes, marginal gains that are going to add up over time, and don't beat yourself up if you slip. Just ask yourself, how can you make it more obtainable tomorrow? Good luck, thanks for watching, and remember you can subscribe below to the subscribe button, and I will see you again soon. Bye.